Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the season opener here on WCTT and the Ville Sports Network. Tonight we feature a girls variety tonight. We'll start off with the girls this year, and it's between the East Grand Rapids Pioneers and the Hudsonville Eagles. We are at the Hudsonville Fieldhouse for today's game between the Pioneers and the Eagles. We're about 5.5 minutes or so, and we'll do our pregame show brought to you by DJ's Pizza Pub in the Hudsonville Plaza. Hudsonville comes in the game at 0-1, while their opponent also comes in at 0-1. Hudsonville lost to West Catholic, and Holland Christian took care of the Pioneers from East Grand Rapids. You're going to hear a lot of things that are the same tonight because Jeff Tubergen is in his first season at Hudsonville coaching the girls. He was the JV coach last year, and coaching the Pioneers in her first season is Jane. And don't botch me for this one because it's a hard one to say. It's Hengebash in her first season. It's Jane Hengebash in her first season. Last year she was the assistant coach down in Illinois at Northern Illinois University. As I said, they both coming in at 0-1. Last year, and this game was 60-52. The Eagles took an 8-point win. Joined alongside me tonight is Matt Fabiano. And Matt, it's a good start to a season when you can do it before Christmas break. And talking about Christmas break, we'll talk about that in probably our halftime show. We got a special coming up during our pre-Christmas break because they're almost on Christmas break here, but I think we got like 10 days to go before we get into Christmas break. But, yeah, what a beautiful facility, and two great teams battling it out here tonight.
Yeah, this field house is really, really something to behold.
Yeah, I think this is your first time maybe in here?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, not being a spectator, but being an announcer or being with a TV station, it's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yes, it is very cool. Yeah, I was only I'd ever been in here one other time, and I was just kind of like just checking out the place, but I've never been here for an actual sporting event, so it is really cool. And I know the first game that they played here for boys basketball, this place was filled.
Boys and girls. Last year was the christening between the Uni Christian Crusaders and the Hudsonville Eagles. Both teams played that night. The girls came away with a victory for Hudsonville, and Hudsonville also won the boys. But that's coming up here in a few weeks, so that's on the 20th of December. They're back at Unity this year, and we will be covering that game here on the Ville Sports Network. That's
always usually a fairly good game to cover or just go watch if you want to watch a basketball game.
I call it the Battle of the Tracks, the north side versus the south side. You can call it the South City Classic. You can call it whatever you want. But coming in the game, the Hudsonville Eagles average 37 points while they give up 46 points, while East Grand Rapids averages 46 points and gives up 48. So this is, on paper, looks like to be a good game. And these two teams usually battle it out. You look at student sizes, you got 2,007 students for Hudsonville and only 874 for East Grand Rapids. They're on the shores of Reed's Lake. If for those people watching our broadcast are not from Michigan or from this type of area, they are right on Reed's Lake, just outside of the downtown Grand Rapids area. The East Grand Rapids Pioneers come from the OK White, while the Hudsonville Eagles come from the OK Red. And we are about getting close to our tip-off. School colors, maize and blue for the Hudsonville Eagles. Eagles will be in their home whites tonight. And the East Grand Rapids Pioneers are blue and gold. And they'll be in their dark blue tonight for tonight's festivities.
And tonight should be a good game. As we said, both teams coming in off of losses, but they It's still early in the season.
Yep, it's just their second game of the season, a brand new season for both head coaches, especially for the coaching staff at East Grand Rapids, because it's her first season, but it's not Jeff Tubergen's first season. He's been around this school for a long time.
I still think it's really interesting that she stepped down from a college coaching position
Assistant position, yeah.
to take the high school, which is something you don't see often. Other times it's the other way around, high school to college. But
So we'll take a brief timeout while our national anthem is being played, and we'll have our starting lineups right after this. You're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCTV. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hudsonville Fieldhouse between the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids and the Hudsonville Eagles. Our starting lineups are being announced as we speak. First of all, for East Grand Rapids, NC Millimam. Number 3, Molly Bradstrat. Number 10, Avery Leet. Number 14, Reagan Weaver. In rounding lineup for head coach Hingsback is number 32, Sienna Gillis. She's in her first season, as I said. She comes from the great state of Illinois, the assistant coach. Now for the Hudsonville Eagles, number 1, Abby Skoma. Number 5, Josie DeSmit. Number 15, Lakeland Weber. Number 20, Ryan Vanderbeek. And number 23, Ava Gardner. And his first season head coach, Jeff Tubergen. Assisted by Meg Morehouse and Mr. Trevor Goodman. We're just about ready to tip off our game. Thanks to Matt Faldion doing our camera work in front of me. There's a bright lights of comedy come on. We're just about ready to start tonight's ball game. Give a fist bump to the referee, and we're just about ready to underway for our tip-off. As the bright lights have come on here on the court. East Grand Rapids in their road to blue and gold trim. Hudsonville in the home whites with gold and blue trim. East Grand Rapids will start with the basketball. 8 minutes on the clock. It's going to take me a minute to get our players of Gillies. It's going to be turnover for the East Grand Rapids Pioneers. Toss the ball in for the Eagles. And DeSmit has the basketball. Smith will give it over to number 20 in Vanderbeek, and Vanderbeek puts it in for 2. So it's 2-0. Hudsonville on top, and Hudsonville pestering the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids, and they will break half court. That's number 10, Leet. The triple try rims out, and a battle for the rebound. Nice box out by the Eagles. I would think that was number, and that's going to stay with the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. They'll have it on the side of the Hudsonville Eagle bench. That's number 10, Leet. And we're going to pick up a foul here. It's going to be our first foul of today's ball game. And it's going to be on the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. Sorry, Lakeland Weber is going to pick up her first foul. It's going to be on Hudsonville, not East Grand Rapids. So the Pioneers will have the ball. That's number 3 in Benderstadt. Gets it over. It's hard to read some of these numbers when they're going so fast. So 14 has it. Weaver going to work it inside. It's going to be given to the Eagles. And we're going to pick up a foul here on the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. Fouls on number 14. Weaver. Be her first, team first. And Hudsonville looking to stretch out the lead. It's at 2 right now. 6:48 to go here in our first quarter. Nice pass inside from Vanderbeek. Josie DeSmit gets 2 points, and it's 4-0 Eagles. They get the steal. Triple try in the corner. No good. Nice rebound by Gardner. Gardner puts it in for 2. Ava Gardner, the and one opportunity for the Eagles. Weaver picks up her second, team second. And Gardner shooting one. That's 6-0, looking to go 7-0 are the Eagles. 6:31 to go. First quarter, glad you could join us from the Hudsonville Fieldhouse. Running tonight's graphics on the screen is my brother and Matt Fabian doing our camera tonight. Our sponsors of tonight's ball game are Interspace Mini Storage, DJ's Pizza Pub, and last but not least, Healthcare Associates and Chimera Caregivers. The ball will stay with the Pioneers. Millman with the basketball for the Pioneers, gets it into 12. And Susie. Good basket, 14 Weaver. So Weaver gets the Pioneers on the board. 7-2 is the score. Lead is back at 5. And basket for number the Eagles, Weber. No good on the steal, or on the steal for the Eagles. They put up a basket, no good, and it'll stay with the Eagles. DeSmit will toss the ball in. 5:52 to go here. 9-2 is the score. Largest lead to 7 now. Triple try, no good. Nice rebound by DeSmit. She'll drive it in, pass it into Gardner. Gardner 2. And Ava Gardner has 2 points. She has 5 now in the scorebook. And it's now 11-2, 9-point lead for the Eagles. Fast-paced action. The Pioneers get down the court. It's going to stay with the Pioneers. 5:34 to go. Fouls are 2-1 in favor of the Pioneers. Remember from last year, we got 5 fouls, and it's a triple try. Good for number 3 in Brandstadt. And it cuts the lead to 6. Largest lead is 9. I'll work it around to the Eagles. Nice inside pass. No good is the Eagles. Second try, no good. Third time is going to be maybe, nope, it's not going to be tied up. It's going to go to the Pioneers. Here they go for the fast break. Millman. Spin move, puts one up, no good. Rebound will go to the Eagles. And they'll work it up fast up the court. That's Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek up, good. And they stretch the lead out now to 8. 13-5 is the score. Eagles on top, and we're going to get a foul here on the Eagles. Skolma, her first, team second. And we're going to get substitutions for both teams. As the bright lights are on the court and the dim lights are in the stands. So it kind of makes you a nice, pretty scene here at the Fieldhouse Arena. Try no good for the Pioneers. Millman, no good. Here comes number 5 in DeSmit. She's going to pull the triple. Good. Does Josie DeSmit for 2. And it's a 11-point lead and a timeout to the Pioneers. It's a 30-second timeout. They have 4 timeouts remaining. 3 fulls and a 30 with 4:20 to go. 11-point lead for the Eagles. Just before this game were the freshman and the JV game. They both went in favor of the Hudsonville Eagles. Hudsonville won the freshman game 36-16. The JV won 40-33, and that game was not not in hand for Coach Dan Vanderwall. A 7-point win could have been a win for the the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. Pioneers of East Grand Rapids will have the basketball. It's 21 in Mayer. Millman. That's one in Flynn. Flynn has it. And it's going to go to the Pioneers. It's right in front of the Hudsonville bench. It's one disadvantage if you're a Pioneer right now because it's right in front of the opposing bench. Gets it in, Brandstadt has it. Guarded by number 5 in DeSmit. And Gardner's, I think, going to pick up a foul here. Ava Gardner, number 23, I think is going to pick up the foul. Her first, team third. 3:54 to go, and the Pioneers will have the basketball, trailing by 11, 16-5. Let's go 5-second call to get it in. That's Flynn. Flynn. And getting it over to 14 in Weaver. And we're going to pick up another foul on Hudsonville. Vanderbeek will pick up her first, team fourth. One more, and East Grand Rapids will be in the bonus. 5 fouls get you in the bonus. Weaver gets it in, somehow double guarded and gets it back out to Weaver. Weaver, the triple try, no good. And a battle for the rebound, and it's going to stay with the Eagles on the rebound. The foul will be on number 32, I believe, for the Pioneers. Gillies, yep. Team's third. Gardner gets it in to DeSmit. She'll be the floor general for the Hudsonville Eagles. Roll DeSmit. Gets it over to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek over to 15 in Weber. Up no good are the Eagles. And there could have been a foul or the swing of the arms, but Weaver has it. The triple try, in and out for Weaver. And here come the Eagles. Josie DeSmit. Side's better to back it out. Gets it out to Gardner. Gardner the triple. No good. Easy rebound for 32, Gillis. Gets it over to number 3 in Brandstadt. 2:45 to go here in our fast-paced first quarter. And Brandstadt is good, Brandstadt is good for 2. She has 5 now. And cuts the lead it down to 9. 16-7. Gardner goes right in to number 14 of the Pioneers, and Weaver gets it. Weaver. And we're going to pick up a foul here on Hudsonville. It's going to be on number 20, Vanderbeek. Her second. Team fifth, and going line to shoot 2. As I said, the double bonus, the bonus is on. We don't go to 7 for the double bonus. So shooting 2 are the Pioneers. Looking to cut it in by 2. First one's good by number 14. In Weaver. Weaver gets one more. 16-8, 8-point lead for the Eagles of Hudsonville. Still at 8, and Weaver gets the loose ball, and it's going to go off for her out of bounds to the Eagles. Smith gets it in. Smith with the basketball with 2 minutes to go. First quarter. Glad you joined us from the Hudsonville Fieldhouse for today's season opener here on WCTV. Josie DeSmit for 2. She has 7 now. And we're going to pick up another Hudsonville foul and go on the line to shoot double bonus. Kamistad, her first. Shooting 2. We got blood on the court. We're going to take a brief break because we need some cleanup. It'll be a shooting 2. Well, there is blood on the court, so we'll take just a quick refresher. Both coaches can talk to their benches. 1:52 to go here in our first quarter. It's an official's timeout. For the safety of the referee did the right thing there, but for the safety of the players and personnel on the court, it's going to take a while, I think, here. So I'd like to thank our sponsors. I'd like to thank our camera guy tonight and our sponsors tonight. I think we could probably run a brief message here from one of our many sponsors. So we'll do it here real quick. So we'll be back in about 15 seconds with the conclusion of our first quarter. Live from Hudsonville at the Ville Sports Network. And welcome back. After a brief break, I got the Assistant Athletic Director, Mr. Casey Glass, on the court, cleaning up the blood right in front of the East Grand Rapids Pioneer bench. It's always safe to clean up any blood you see on the court. Oh, there's some more right there at half court. I like it how the officials have control of the game. They're finding any. That's nice to see that. It could be just a scratch too that makes you bleed. You see on the screen there, head coach Jeff Tuberg in his first season as varsity coach here at Hudsonville. The JV coach here at Hudsonville for some time. Oh, they found some more blood, so it's right. I don't know what player has the blood, but I think they've taken care of it, hopefully. Oh. You always want to be safe nowadays. Anything could be. So we'll have shooting 2 for the Pioneers. Lead line to shoot 2. The Pioneers trail by 10. Chance to pull it within 8 here with 2 free throws for number 2, Millman. It's always better to take precautions than not take them, as Millman is good for 1. She got it down to 9 points now. Looking to go track it down to 8, and she does. 2 for 2 from the line is Millman. And it's 18-10, 1:52 to go. There's the Smith. Full head of steam forward. Nice cut and drive by number 10, Burks. And she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Sorry, it's not number 10, it's number 15, Weber. And, Weber's at the line. And the foul's on number 1, Flynn. So shooting 2, Weber. She hits the first. She's grinded 2. Brandstadt in for the Pioneers. And Weber has 1 more. Chance to pull it within 2, out to 10 again, and we're back out to 10. Is coming in for the Staub is coming in for the Eagles. It's out to a 10-point lead, 1:30 to go. 20-10 is the score. Glad you joined us from the Fieldhouse Arena. between the Pioneers and Eagles, and it's going to go to the Eagles. Nice defense there by number 1 in Abby Skoma. Gets it knocked off of the Pioneers. So Weber has the basketball for the Eagles. Gets in to DeSmit. As we near the minute mark here in our first quarter. Between the Pioneers and Eagles, shot is good for 2. For number 12 in, that's actually number 13, sorry, Reed. Fouls on number 21 in Mayer. And shooting one is Reed. And she's good. 23-10, 1:10 to go here in our first quarter. Eagles up by a baker's dozen. That's to McMillan. Corner try, the triple, no good. And getting the rebound is Millman. She'll gets it over to 3 in Brandstadt. Brandstadt inside, up, and no good is 12 in Susie. Suzio, and the Eagles are going to go to the line. Actually, that's team foul number 4. And we're going to take the long trip. Oh, is on Mayer, her second. And taking a long walk down the court is Skoma. Nope. One disadvantage you got is girls have long hair. As 15 is at the line, that's Weber. Weber is she is 2 for 3 from the line unofficially. Seem to put the lead up by 14 here. Weber cannot, and Josie DeSmit gets the rebound. They'll work it around. Will the Eagles? 30 seconds to go here in our first quarter. That's 13 in Reed. And DeSmit will end up with it with 20 seconds to go. Ten seconds to go. And DeSmit still has it. Smith will work it outside the corner, the triple, the drive in. They got a triple going here. They got 4 seconds to put one in. Josie DeSmit will put it up, and no good, and that's how we'll end our first quarter. 23-10. The Eagles on top after 1 quarter of play. You're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCET TV. Thanks for watching, and we'll go to a brief break here. We'll join you on the other side. Welcome back to Hudsonville Athletic Fieldhouse, where the Hudsonville Eagles have a 13-point lead after 1 quarter of play. 23-10 is the score. Glad you could join us from the Hudsonville Athletic Arena. I can't say the fresh christened arena, but freshly christened last year. Our second buzzer goes off. It's 8 minutes on the clock in our second quarter. Hudsonville has a 13-point lead after 1, and the ball will favor the Hudsonville Eagles. At halftime, we'll have a halftime show brought to you by Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers and Mr. Larry Treese. Go over games in the area tonight. Girls variety. Got some interesting cross conferences right now because it's not start for conference, and the ball's going to be put down. 5 seconds is to count, and the referee has all the ability to do that if you take too long. Took them at least 2 seconds to get to the ball. The Smith, corner truck. Oh, she thought about it, was Skoma. Gets it over back to DeSmit. Smith with the basketball. Going to hear a lot of that name tonight. Skoma has it. Gets it over to 15 in Weber. The triple try, short. And Gardner over to Skoma. Good. And they get the scoring going. 25-10 in the second quarter, about give or take 50 seconds into the ball game, the second quarter of the ball game. Working inside to the Pioneers. Basket 32. Gills. And they get the scoring going here in the second quarter. 25-12, 13-point lead, just ticked under 7. Ava Gardner, the triple, no good. It's going to be tipped out for the Eagles, and the block is by the Pioneers, number 32 in Gillies. The triple try on the other end, no good. 5 is blocked for the Pioneers, and here comes DeSmit. Down the court, she'll put one up, and good. Josie DeSmit has 9 now. 27-12, a 15-point lead for the Eagles as we sit courtside. Right at half court, right below the camera, as you see a great shot by our, can't call him a freshman but he's been a seasoned veteran, as we can say. Matt Fabiano, seasoned veteran. It's in his second season here on the Ville Sports Network. We'll have some calls this year of some high school basketball. Our next game here on the broadcast will be in a few weeks, or not a few weeks, a few days from now. We'll get to that at halftime also. As number 2 has it for the Pioneers, that's Millman. Gets it over to 14 in Weaver. Weaver up, no good. Backdoor, no good by 32 in Gills. And here comes the Eagles. That was going to be tipped out by number 10 of the Pioneers. Letty. So the Eagles will have it. That was almost, you could almost consider it a over and back, but it wasn't, because it's on the other side of the court. Skoma, Gardner. They'll work it inside, no good. The second time, it's going to be on the floor this time. Weaver picks up her third, team first here in the second quarter. 5:15, the Pioneers pick up their first. Number 10 ticks in. Number 11 now. Jane Weaver. The Weavers switch spots. The Smith has it. 5 and 10 to go. 27-12 is the score. And the newcomer on the court, Weaver gets it. Jane Weaver. That's 3 in Brandstadt. She's going to get it inside. The shot was by 32 in Gills. That's the Smith. She'll work it, and she'll go right to the brick wall of the Pioneers, but it's going to end up with the Eagles. The Smith up, the Smith good. You're going to see a lot of scoring from Josie the Smith, but you got to have a jackal to go with your hide, or another person to go with you, because you can't score all the points and lead your team to victory. That's could daunt you in the back end of it. It's 29-12. The triple try by Weaver, no good. Backdoor by Gills, no good. The second time for Gills is up, good. Everything but the top or the bottom of the rim, and it falls for Gills. And we're going to pick up a whistle. Offensive foul on the Eagles. Gardner, nope. It was Gardner on the foul, her second. Team's first of the second quarter. Canstad in for the Eagles. Gardner takes the seat. 29-14, a 15-point lead halfway through the second and halfway, just that close to getting to our halftime break, brought to you by our wonderful sponsors. DJ's Pizza Pub, Interspace Mini Storage, and a Healthcare Associates and Premier Caregivers, which is a longtime sponsor of WCTV, both DJ's and not Interspace, but Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers. That's the Smith. She'll work it outside, and we're going to pick up a 3-second violation on the Eagles. Another turnover for the Eagles. 3:30 to go here in our second quarter or first half. Depends on how you see it. They're both correct. McMillan Brandstadt, we've been passing it back and forth. A shot is no good for the Pioneers, and we're going to get a hand in the cookie jar for number 21 in Mayer, her third. She's the second teammate the second Pioneer to get 3 fouls on her. Only in foul, those are 2 really older ones in foul trouble. Hudsonville has 2 with 2. That's Vanderbeek and Gardner. The Smith has it with 3 minutes to go. Been stalemate for the last couple of minutes or so. It's a triple try, no good. And that ball's going to be right to Letty. And nice hustle there by the Eagles, number 13 in Reed. They stay with the Pioneers. Shot no good. That's going to be tipped out by the Pioneers. And no foul there called, but they retain possession. We'll set it up here with 2.5 to go. That's Millman. Guarded by Skoma. She'll work off the break. In the corner, the coffin corner. We don't want to be stuck in the corner. And we're going to pick up a foul here on the Eagles, I believe. Blocking the... It's going to be in Weber. Her second. And the team's second. 2:25 to go. Pioneers retain possession of the ball. It's Letty. Outside the triple try, driving in, no good. It's 21 in Mayer. And here comes the Smith. 5-on-2, or a 2-on-5, and Skoma's going to line to shoot 2. Mar picks up her 4th. And Hudsonville Skoma would be shooting 2. Skoma shoot one more. 16-point lead for the Eagles. The home Eagles of Hudsonville High School in Hudsonville, Michigan. And we're at the Hudsonville Fieldhouse. (31-14) is the score. So Will's 2 for 2 from the line. Just ticked under 2. 31-14 is the score. To Smith with the basketball for the Eagles. She's being haunted by number 10. Letty is a triple try, no good. The bottom of the net is all that's got that basketball there. Minute and a half to go. Gill's up, and no good. She'll be shooting 2. See who the foul's on for the Eagles. That's number 13, Reed, her first. And the team third. Gills is be shooting 2. She's got 4 points. And that went short. She's got one more. Branstad in for number 2, Millman. She has one more. That's Gills. That one banks in. The banks are still open here in Hudsonville. Must be West Michigan Community Bank is still open. 31-15, a 16-point lead, a minute and 20 to go. DeSmit on the full court break. And we're going to pick up a foul on the Pioneers. Much to the disgrace of the whole bench. Gills picks up her second, team fourth. And the ball will be on the side. Should be on the and we're going to a timeout. Okay, Coach. Jeff Tuberg, and it'll be a 30-second timeout. I think that's a good timeout to take. Especially a minute 18 to go. Throw up a plan to go into halftime. Don't cause any turnovers. Settle your team down a little bit. Right now, DeSmit has seven in the first, 4 in the second to make it 11 points to lead the Eagles. And leading the Pioneers is Branstad with 5 and Gills with 5. Gills has all 5 points of the Pioneers here in the second quarter. A minute 18 to go. DeSmit will have the basketball. Underneath their own basket. They'll get it in to Reed. Reed up, no good. And Gills gets the rebound. Gets it over to Branstad with a minute to go. Till we reach our halftime break. Triple try by number 5, no good. And a rebound for Skoma. She'll get it up to DeSmit. DeSmit was going to pull the triple, no good. And it's going to go to the Pioneers. The foul's on number 11, I believe. Nope. It's on number 13 in Reed. Her first, team's 4th. Both ones are close to the bonus time in the foul shot category. One more, and one of the teams will be at the line shooting 2. 35 seconds to go. That's going to be tipped out by Smith. Right back to the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. Traveling, 26.6 to go here for a halftime break. In a halftime break, we'll get over to Matt Fabiano in our halftime show brought to you by our wonderful sponsors here on the Ville Sports Network. We'll run our brief commercial, and he will join me down in the courtside seats, the best seats in the house. Brought to you by Interspace Mini Storage. Gardner the triple, no good with 15 seconds to go. That's going to be tipped out to the Pioneers, and they're going to hold for one, I believe, here with 5 seconds to go. See how much time they knows time's on the clock. They have 1 second to go, and we're going to go to the locker rooms with a halftime break with a 16-point lead for the Eagles at 31-15. We'll join you in just a few moments. You're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCET TV. Welcome back to the Hudsonville Fieldhouse. We're at halftime, and joining me for our halftime show is Matt Fabiano. And Matt, it's been basically almost all Hudsonville from the start of today's ball game. They scored 23 in the first, while East Grand Rapids had 10. And the tail of this right now is East Grand Rapids. 5 points here in the second quarter.
Yeah, which I mean, that's from what I saw of is researching for the games. That's a big departure from Hudsonville on their game on Tuesday, where I think if I'm correct, I don't think they scored any points in the second. I looked at the box score and it looked like they had couple periods where they didn't even score points.
But you look at that, and a lot of teams are going to have that. They're not going to score, but they might have a sizable lead. But to overcome that bad shooting or bad scoring, they might do it in the next quarter, or the coach might even call a timeout, or in this case, go in the locker room, address that, and then come out and they can be coming scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
It takes. It's early in the season. You kind of look at that too. It's early in the season. I seen it where in football, a team was down by I think it was 21 going into the break, and they outscored like 32 to like 10.
Okay.
In the final two quarters.
Yeah, I mean you never know in any sport, especially football or basketball, with it being so fast-paced, but with Hudsonville having kind of that turnaround, it's a good look, and it's looked good for them, having consistently scored. East Grand Rapids, they're having trouble putting the foot on the gas.
Or the pedal to the middle.
Yeah.
But Hudsonville, I think, is kind of relying on, Josie DeSmit to bring it up, and then she can make plays, but you got to have another player to go with her, and I think they'll be set, because if East Grand Rapids gets on a tear here, I think they're gonna have to rely on her more.
It truly takes a village to be a successful team, and
yeah.
Josie has been leading for them, but I definitely don't know if it's rare that you see one player carrying a team on their back, especially in high school, where they're leading them to win after win after win. You've got, like you said, you have to have somewhere that can support that. And it's nice to have the person you can build around, but you got to have someone who can at least support that person.
Yep. As you probably can see in the background, that was the Hudsonville dance team doing a dance for us. Not for us, but for the fans here at the arena. I hate to say that, they're do it for us, but they're doing it for the fans here that, kind of, you can't say brave the weather, but we could have probably said that about 2 days ago at nighttime. We could have said brave the weather, but you can't predict the weather nowadays. You could have snow one day, and guess what? Guess what's coming up the road now? Hot, warm weather.
And I will say it is nice to be in basketball season rather than having to stand out in the cold for football season.
Yeah. They just finished their season. Huge congratulations go out to Coach Brett Sandy. He made it to the state finals, but lost. I kind of look at other teams around the area that made it, where Byron Center was another team that made it. They lost. The only team to make it out of the West Michigan area was Zeeland West. They won a state championship. And did you know Zeeland West and Notre Dame Prep were both state championships, and they both had one loss? And who was that to?
It was to Unity Christian.
There you go. So Unity has some talking to, saying things too, that they at least had two of their teams that they beat, the only two teams that the teams that only had the two losses that won a state championship that they played, won a state championship. So kind of look back at that, and you congratulate all the state championships or
all the state championship teams that
all
made
10
it.
of them, all 10 of them. Because you got 8 and the 11 man, and you got 2 and 8 man. 2 and 8 man finished before the Thanksgiving break, but huge congratulations go out to them. And what's your keys to the second half? I think let's first go with East Grand Rapids.
For East Grand Rapids, it's They gotta isolate Josie DeSmith. She's she's got 11 points now.
Yep, she's got 11 points. She had 7 in the first and 4 in the second. So they kind of iced her down a little bit, but
I think if they want to, put the pedal to the metal, though, you got to really control her as she's, leading the scoring, and she's.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just scoring. She's a great passer. She's great at passing the ball around.
And also a great defender.
Yeah, and so you really got to control her.
Yep.
You have to control her if you're East Grand Rapids to get back in this game, down 31-15.
And my keys to the game, I think, or my key for the second half for East Grand Rapids, keep feeding number 32, Gills. She has 5 points, and all of her 5 points, and all the 5 points of the Pioneers in that second quarter. You got to keep feeding her. And then, as you said, control Josie DeSmith. Because they're going to have to find somebody else. If she gets locked down, they're going to find somebody else. And then for Hudsonville, I think, is keep feeding Josie DeSmith. That's the number one.
I would agree with that. And I would say maybe number 2.
Get somebody else to go with her.
Get someone else to go with her. 3, watch the fouls. The fouls
were
they weren't super detrimental to them.
Nope.
But there were some ticky-tacky ones that you just got to watch and make sure you're not committing.
Talking about fouls, Marr for the Pioneers has 4. 3 for Weaver. That's not Jane Weaver. That's Regan Weaver. 2 apiece for Hudsonville. It's 2 for Reed, 2 for Weber. Vanderbeek has 2, and Gardner both have 2. There's about 2.5 minutes to go here in our lengthy halftime show. I know it's going to be probably shorter during the season, but it's our first game of the season, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be a heck of a second half here if East Grand Rapids gets going on a tear here.
And I mean, like we said, their head coach is in her first year. Yes, Jeff Tubergen's in his year, but he knows these girls. Like he coached them from JV to varsity.
Yep.
Even helped with someone when they were down a level on freshman. She is just coming in from coaching college.
Yes. Yep. And I think that's an advantage for Coach Tubergen there. Experience.
Yeah.
He's seen some of these girls, not necessarily like 2 times or as a JV player and a varsity player, but he's at least seen them at the JV level. Because some of these probably have played for him and some haven't. Like Josie DeSmith, I don't think she's even seen another level besides varsity.
No, she was varsity from freshman.
Yeah, so that just tells you how good she is, and she's just like her sister.
Yeah, her older sister Casey, who played here 5 years ago now.
And talking about her, the head coach, Mr. Mr. Morehouse is in the house tonight, and also his daughter is the assistant coach at Hudsonville. So it's kind of cool to see that family get into basketball. As we're about 30 seconds to go, we'll go into the third quarter in just a few moments. You're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCTTV. .16 deficit. So we are going to pick up our first foul of the second half. It's going to go to number 1, Abby Skolm, I believe. Nope. Gardner's going to pick up her third. It's going to be the team first. Now she's a little foul trouble. I'm not going to say a whole lot of foul trouble. Unless you pick up your 4th one. Then you're going to get Gills is going to pick up 2, and just like I said, you got to feed it to her, and she can probably help you. It's 31-17, and the second time's not a charm for the Hudsonville Eagles. They go for 2. on their first trip down the court. And that looked like a mistake by the officiating crew, but Hudsonville retains possession. Will get the ball back. Leading by 14. Minute into our second half. Gardner has it. Skoma to Smith. Vanderbeek on the drive. She'll put one up, and it almost goes in. Just falling to the ground. Gill's going to pick up her third, team first. Substitution for the Hudsonville Eagles. Reed comes in, replaces Gardner. Jensen's playing Coopersville tonight. West Ottawa's playing Zeeland West. We'll get to the OK Gold and the OK Black and the OK Silver. And whoever's left, that's on the floor. And that's going to be a tie-up. And it's going to favor the Eagles. South Christian's playing Holland Christian tonight. I'll get some other ones here in just the next dead ball or so. Hudson retains possession. Minute 20 left, or out of the halftime break. They tried to work it inside, do the Eagles, and they get it, and it's going to roll. And see who touches it last. And it's going to be Pioneer basketball. Nobody really wanted to hold on. It was called, instead of a hot potato, it's a hot ball. And Pioneers have it, trailing by 14. That's Weaver. Get it inside the Gills. Outside, they'll work it around, do the Pioneers. They'll work it inside the Gills this time. Up and good, look at that. 2 straight baskets for Gills. She has 9 now. Cuts the lead back to 12. And that's going to be tipped out. Stay with the Eagles. I'm liking the intensity here of East Grand Rapids. They're feeding it into Gills. And she's been scoring. She has 9 straight now for the Pioneers. Just ticked under 2 minutes out. And a basket for the Eagles, just Smith. Smith now has 13. Game high honors right now for the both teams. So that's going to be stolen by Reed. Reed gets it, stolen back by the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. And a scrum on the floor. A lot of, as Matt said, ticky-tack fouls. You know, but now we're going to get a foul on the Eagles. It's going to be on 13, Reed, her third. Team second. Could have been a lot of ticky-tacks there. But the real contact was called. As the Pioneers in the backcourt. 10-second backcourt. That's number 10 in Letty. Gets it over to her teammate in Millman. Triple try in the corner. Weaver no good. You got to work it inside it to Gills if you're the. And it's going to be a blocking foul on the 14 in Reagan Weaver. That should be her fourth. In the team's second. Shooting 2 will be number 20 in Vanderbeek. First one's no good. Mayer back in for East Grand Rapids. Pioneers. Vanderbeek, the second, is also no good. 0 for 2 from the line is Vanderbeek in this second half. There goes Brandstadt down the court, and she's going to get fouled by number 15. in Weber. Her third, team third. 4:50 to go, 33-19 is the score, a 14-point lead by the Eagles of Hudsonville. Thought about it, was number 2, and they work it into Gills. She'll be shooting 2. The and one opportunity for the Pioneers. Reed's going to pick up her 4th. The team 4th. Kemstad in for the Eagles. Gills, the and one opportunity here. And that one's no good. She's 1 for 2 from the line. It's Gills and cuts it down to a 12-point lead by the Eagles. 4.5 to go here in our third. Triple try, no good. And a rebound to the Eagles. Second time the charm, no good for number 11 in Kemstad. And get a full timeout for the Eagles. Didn't get to see who scored that last basket. But we'll get back to that in just a few moments. There's the Hudsonville huddle there by head coach Josh Tubergen in his unofficial first season in varsity. As you see, probably can't see on the screen, but Coach Meg Morehouse, assistant coach, is down there drawing out plays. I think that's what you got to do. You got to rely on your assistant coaches to draw the plays out. We'll get to the scoring here. I know she is 13. It's Weber. Weber hit the 2. Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek, number 20, should have the 6 points now. We'll see here when we resume play in just a few seconds here. I like the scoreboard here at Hudsonville. It's got a nice video board at half court, right above the center court circle. Right now, I can't tell you who's got the points. It's tough to see when you're inside like that kind of play. 35-21. Hudsonville's up by 14. That's the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids traveling from the Reeds Lake area over to Hudsonville, and Gills gets a rebound, and she's swarmed, and we're going to pick up a Hudsonville foul. Skolma second. Teams 5 going the line. Should be good shooting 2, should be Gills. She is 1 for 2 from the line. See if she can hit her third, but she can't. She's 1 for 3 now, 33%. She can go 2 for 4 here and go 50% from the line. She cannot. She's 1 for 4. And that's a block by the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. Now fast break up the court. Shot for 2, no good by Mayer. And here come the Eagles. Nice passing, but it's going to be stolen right back by the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. That's Millman with the basketball. 3:20 to go. 35-21 remains the score. Eagles up by 14. A deep 3, no good. And it's going to be given right to Gills. Look at that. What a hard defensive. And the triple try is good for number 2. Millman. Grand Rapids will call a timeout. And we're still waiting on what kind of a ride we want. Move out 30. They have 3 fulls left. Hudsonville has 2 fulls and a 30 in their pocket. East Grand Rapids under the leadership of Jean Hingsbeck in her first season. She came over from the University of, I have that in here, I just got to flip a few pages. The Northern Illinois University as assistant coach. She takes the coaching job here. And Hudsonville will retain possession with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Also like to thank our officials for officiating today's game. Without them, we could not have a basketball game. Also like to thank Ben Farkas and Casey Glass. Their hospitality here on the courtside seats. Couldn't do it without them as well. The take and drive and shooting 2 will be the Eagles. Number 11 in Kamistad. And we have our first DQ of today's ball game. And that's going to be number 21 in Mayer, her 5th. She's going to foul out with 0 points. Kamistad 1-for-1s on the line. Kamistad second, no good. Here come the Pioneers, trailing by a lot. Triple try, no good. They're trailing by 12 right now, are the Pioneers. Triple try, no good. And that's going to be tipped out to the Pioneers. It goes off of Kamistad. 36-24, a 12-point lead for the Eagles. That's Millman with the basketball. 2:15 to go. And I think one thing that the Pioneers are missing right now is Gills. Play on the court. As Gardner the triple, no good. And the rebound will go to the Eagles Skoma. Gets it over to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek up. Vanderbeek reflush. And the ball's going to be a jump ball, I believe. Yes, it is. It'll be East Grand Rapids basketball. It's not Vanderbeek. Huh. In the basket for the Pioneers is Suzio. 36-26, a 10-point lead for the Eagles. Leet her first, team 4th. We got an officials timeout. Tina Schuer under play with 1:22 to go. 10-point lead for the Eagles of Hudsonville. Shot up, no good for the Eagles. Tipped out, triple try in the corner, no good. Third time charm going to be for the Eagles. Yes, they break it out. Triple try this time, no good. 0 for 2 and 0 for 3 And we're under a minute to go. .45 seconds to go. Triple try. Good for Vanderbeek. Just 7 now. 39-26, 13-point lead back out for the Eagles. 30 seconds to go. Pioneers looking to answer. No, they do not. The basket for number 2 is no good. In Millman, and it's going to go over to the Eagles, or it's going to be Pioneer basketball with 22.8. That's Gills up. Gills, no good. She will be line to shoot 2. And that's the person you want to foul if you're going to put somebody on the line. Gardner's going to pick up her 4th. And Gills on the line to shoot a pair. And she hit her first. She is 2 for 5, I believe. Weber checks in for the Eagles. Gill's second is up, and that is good. 18 seconds to go, 39-28, 11-point lead for the Eagles. They'll work it around. Deep 3, good for DeSmit. I mean, that was deep. About 2 feet out, and that's how we'll end our 3rd quarter of play with a score 42-28 Eagles. We'll join you on the other side. Thanks for watching the Ville Sports Network and WCET TV. Welcome back to the Hudsonville Athletic Arena, where Hudsonville has a 14-point lead after 3 quarters of play. 42-28. And it will be Hudsonville basketball to start our 4th quarter. Hudsonville is led by Joseph Smith with 16. And leading the Pioneers with 13 is Gills. We had 1 DQ so far in today's ball game. That is with the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. So it'll be infielded right in front of me by Weber. It's into DeSmit. Weber. Skoma. Skoma to the triple try for Smith. Good! Josie DeSmit with 19 now. Stretches the lead back out to 17. 45-28, 7.5 to go. Gills, triple try, no good, and 14 will end up with it, and that is Weaver. No shot, it's going to be on the floor. 7:21 to go. Kemistad picks up her second. So we're in a fresh quarter of play. 45-28, 7:21 to go here in our final quarter of play between the visiting Pioneers of East Grand Rapids and the Hudsonville Eagles, and we're going to pick up a Eagle foul. Weber's going to pick up her 4th and the team's 2nd of the 4th quarter. Gills for 2. I found I'm missing 2 points. It goes to Weber. That's 6 unofficially in the game. 45-30. Vanderbeek with a layup. I was writing something in my book real fast. Weaver for 3. And buckets are just falling now for both teams. 47-33, a 14-point lead with 6 minutes, 6 and some change to go. That's Skolma. On the drive, shot no good by 11 in Kemistad, and she'll be shooting 2. See the fouls on of the Pioneers. Looks like 22. Nope, 32 Gills, her 4th. Now she's in foul trouble, along with Weaver. They both have 4. Shooting 2 will be number 11, Kemistad. 1 for 2 from the line. And she'll be shooting a pair. She hits the first. Reed's in for Hudsonville to replace number 15 in Lakeland Weber. Kemistad second. 2 for 4 from line is Kemistad. And Gills gets the rebound. Here come the Pioneers, 48-33, a 15-point lead, just ticked under 6. Nice spin move and good for number 10 in Letty. Or Leedy. 48-35, 5 in, some change to go. Smith has the basketball. They lead by 13. Skolma. And she's going to travel. That's going to be number 13 in Reed. So the Pioneers leading, trailing by 13. Have 5 and 28 to go to claw back into this go ball game. I don't think any league is going to be safe here from here on in. If East Grand Rapids can go on a tear here, it's going to be a whole different ball game. It's a triple try, no good for number 2 in Millman. Here comes DeSmit. DeSmit up, good. DeSmit has 5 here in the quarter, 21 overall. 50-35 is the score, a 15-point lead. And we're going to get a foul here. That looked like a jump ball. It's going to be on number 11, Weaver. That's Jane Weaver, her first. 4 and 50 to go, 50-35, 15-point lead. I think East Grand Rapids still has something in them. I think they're going to could possibly surprise us here. Because Gills is out there right now with 4 fouls, and so is Weaver. Both out there with 4. Still have 4.5 to go, and DeSmith's going on to shoot 2. Fouls come in number 11, back-to-back fouls by Weaver. That's Jane Weaver. That'll be a team third, and going on to shoot a pair will be DeSmith. This will be the first time she's at the line, I believe. She's 1 for 1. .22 now forward to Smith. Looking to put .23 up on the board. And she will. She's almost automatic from the free throw line. 4:24 to go, 52-35. 17-point lead. 4 and 3 nickels, or 4 and 15 to go. Triple try, good. Number 14, Weaver. Reagan Weaver with her second triple. She has 12 now. Or 9, sorry. And it's going to go over. Stay with the Pioneers, I believe. Yes, it will. Nice block there by the Eagles. Gills. Up. No good. And nice job there by number 15 in Weber to get the ball from Gills. Weber has it. They'll work it around to Skoma. The triple try, no good. And Gills gets the rebound. And she's been a workhorse for the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. Used to have the Brown sisters. If you go back, I think it's 1 or 2 years, you go back to the Brown sisters. To the Brown triplets, I believe, on that team. And the foul's going to be on number 11 again. Weaver, her third. Oops. I think she's picked up 3 straight fouls here, too. Well, a pair of substitutions for the Pioneers, 1 for the Eagles. Three and 16 to go. 52-38 is your score. From a beautiful Hudsonville field house, triple try, splash for Abby Skoma. She has 7 now. And 3 minutes to go, 55-38. 17-point lead for the Eagles. And almost got caught in the backcourt, did the Eagles. And they're going to get caught. But to the much disgrace of Josie DeSmit, she gets the basketball. 2:44 to go. DeSmit with the basketball. Work it to Skoma. Vanderbeek. And we get a whistle. It's going to be on number 10. Leaked her third, team 5th. And 2 shots will be awarded to number 20, Vanderbeek. So Vanderbeek shooting in a pair here. She has 9, looking for points 10 and 11. She gets 10 there. One for 2 from the line is Vanderbeek. Here come the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. 56-38 is the score. And 2:24 to go. And we're going to pick up a foul on East Grand Rapids. 23 right now for Josie DeSmit. We'll make the long trip down the court. Weber will be shooting 2. First one's no good for Weber. She'll have 1 more. Pushing her point number 7 here. She has 6. And she will not. She's still at 6. East Grand Rapids still trails by 18. And that's going to be a blocking foul. Disgrace of the Hudsonville fans. Weber's going to foul out now with 6. And team 3rd. And Tuttle will check in. 56-38, 2:18 to go. Ball's on the floor, and this will be in favor of the Pioneers. Nice pass to Gills, and it's going to stay with the Pioneers. As it is a block for the Eagles. Gills shooting 2 now. Looking for points 16 and 17. Fouls on number 22, Glass, her first. And Gills will be shooting 2. Looking for 16 and 17. She gets 16. She has 16 now, looking for point 17 to draw it back within 16. That's 17, and she has 16. And a basket for Leet. She has 4 now. (56-41), a 15-point lead, just ticked under 2. They'll work it around to the Eagles. I think they're going to play a little cat and mouse game here for a little while, or keep away. Depends on how you want to call it. To Smith. Triple try. No good, and nice box out, but look what came. The Pioneers defense. Minute and 27 to go. And still a scrubby play as a triple try, no good. And now they'll pick up a foul. It's going to be number 3, it looks like. Tuttle. Yep. Her first. Team 5th, and going line to shoot a pair will be number 10, leading. Just 4. Looking at points 5 and 6. She gets 5 with that free throw. Hudsonville with a pair of substitutions. Pioneers looking to get back within 13, and they will not. As that's 7 for Leedy. All 7 here, or sorry, all 5 here in the quarter. Come in Riley Tuttle, back-to-back fouls for Tuttle. Team 6 and going line to shoot 2. Lead number 2. Millman. She'll get her first free throw of the game. Or she's 3 for 3 from the line. She has 6 points, looking for point number 7. She does. She has 7 now. And cuts the lead down to 12 with a minute to go. That's Staub. Triple try. No good for number 22 in Glass. And it's going to go to the Pioneers with 59.8. It's an 8-point lead. Wait. Yeah. Nope, I did that. 12-point lead. It's really a 4-possession ball game. That's going to be 51 seconds to go in the ball game. As I said, a 12-point lead. And Hudson are looking to go 1-1 on the season. East Grand Rapids looking to fall 0-2. And the foul's going to be on number 1. Flynn, her 3rd. I think that's her 2nd, actually, overall. But I'm not going to argue. At the line to shoot one more will be 32 Glass. Nope, Carleton. Carleton, one more. And that's all nets. So Carleton will finish with a free throw, I believe. We're just ticked under the 40-second mark. And a ball scrum, and it's going to stay with the Pioneers. 37.1, 57-44, a 13-point lead. It will be Pioneer basketball on the H in Hudsonville. Triple try, no good. And the rebound will go to the Eagles. And they got it in the hands of number 22 in glass. That's Staub. And it's going to stay with the Eagles. (57-44). 16 ticks left. Tuttle with the basketball. I think they're just going to play a keep away now, the final couple seconds. So our final score, 57-44, a Hudsonville Eagle victory. Unofficially, first of all, for the Pioneers, who fall to 0-2. 7 for Millman, 5 for Brandstedt, 5 for Leedy, 2 for Suzo, 9 for Reagan Weaver, and leading the Pioneers with 16 points is Sienna Gills. For the Hudsonville Eagles, who moved their record to 1-1 overall, and they were Gardner had 5, 1 for Carleton, as Matt Fabian joins me. 10 for Ryan Vanderbeek, 10 of those. 6 for Weber, 3 for Brooke Reed, 2 for Camistad, all on free throws, and 7 for Skoma, and leading the Hudsonville Eagles to a victory by 13 points is Josie DeSmit with 23. 12 of those in the second half. And just as I said, Gills is going to take control, and she can take control for the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids.
Oh, she absolutely did. And, when they started to follow her, it did look like she wasn't going to be the best
free throw shooter.
Throw shooter. And we were like you said, you want to send her to the line, but then she turned it around, and I mean, from a game that looked like it was going to be a runaway game at halftime, East Grand Rapids really put the foot on the gas and pedal to the metal. And
they had it down to single digits for a while, and then Hudson will kind of take control of the ball game. And huge congratulations go out to the Pioneers and first-year head coach, and she stuck it in there. But another thing is, they had Josie DeSmit contained for a little while, especially in that third quarter. She only had 5 points in the third quarter. And really, they controlled Josie Smith there in the third quarter, did the Pioneers. And they kind of did it with Gills. If you ever watched it, they put Gills on the block there every time. When she was on offense, she's basically, they tried to get it to her, and I think that is what worked for the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids.
Oh, and I absolutely agree. I mean, that you got to put. Sometimes you have to put your star players against star players, and it worked for them for that third quarter. And I mean, Josie, even kind of in the fourth quarter, she was non-existent. Maybe not in point wise, but obviously not in the court. But
not game. I mean, more game wise. She had that second player to go with her, and that second player was Ryan Vanderbeek. She had 4 at half, and she finished with 10, so she had 6. And, you kind of look back at, Achilles' heel right now, I think, for Pioneers is free throw shooting. And for Hudsonville, I think they rely on Josie DeSmit to shoot the three, to set up the play, and I think that's what they got to do all season if they want to win.
And I would agree with that. And I think three. To me, in my opinion, 3-point shooting is kind of their Achilles heel, because they go for the deep ball so often, and we saw it in the third and the fourth. They missed a lot.
Yep.
And then they would get it back out, kick it back out to behind the arc, and shoot another one and miss again. They got to figure out how to get points in the paint and not just rely on the 3-point if they want to win. Josie's a great 3-point shooter, but as we said in halftime, you cannot just rely on that. And some of these other people, other girls, got to get a little bit better at shooting if that's something they really want to rely on.
And another thing is, Josie DeSmit is near perfect at the free throw line. So that's one person you don't want to send to the free throw line. But I think the smart thing that Hudsonville did is they sent Gills to the line, because she was 4 for 8. I think she was shooting about 500 from the line. So that is the end of game number 1 of the 2024-2025 season here on the Ville Sports Network and WCT-TV. Hope you enjoyed today's first game between the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids and the Hudsonville Eagles. Once again, that final score, the Hudsonville Eagles win it by 13, 57-44. Matt Fabiano, our cameraman, who did a great job tonight, and yours truly, Brian Warren. We're going to sign off here and see you on a future WCT-TV broadcast and the Ville Sports Network.